Gentlemen, welcome back to the Tiege Hanley Starting a Business, Building a Brand vlog. This one, big number 304. So, few updates before we get into all the business questions, because there were a ton of amazing business questions that I'm totally not qualified to answer, but I'm going to give it a shot. Speaking of not qualified, gentlemen, something funny, somebody in last vlog thought that I was saying something bad about you guys because I said, I can't believe the quality and the caliber of people watching this vlog. That means, I think you guys, it's unbelievable. You guys are smarter than me. So before we get to your business questions, I'm going to give you a few updates. I also want to show you the new commercial that we filmed. Christian and I filmed a new commercial that we are about to embark on testing, and super excited to see what happens. We have no idea, but we're doing this one a little bit different, and I'll explain that in a second before diving into your business questions. Something else I want to update you on is had a meeting last week. The house build project is moving on and moving amazing. Had an incredible meeting last week with Linda, with Kelly, the designer, with Matthew, the kitchen guy, and also Michael, the builder. Michael also came out last weekend to my house, and I toured him around, and we talked and showed him everything. And so, I couldn't be getting more excited about this. So I've been saving my pennies, and I am ready to embark on this house. Unfortunately, we are not ready for that. I just signed the contract for a landscape architect, which I didn't even know what a landscape architect did. Now I do. I also know kind of the price point. It's all kind of silly, but I'm excited and it's totally fun. So I'll give you more updates as we actually have a 3D rendering, but I'm not going to show you that yet. We gotta tweak a few things before we did, and we also changed the floor plan a little bit. It's amazing how many different changes and iterations, and what's really amazing about this process, and I honestly think of it as kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity. And the reason I say that, people look at me strange when I say that. The reason is because, Linda, I don't know how much longer she is going to be, sitting at a drafting table, drafting and doing her creative genius. I don't know how long. Michael's 60, the builder. I don't know how long he's going to do it. Matthew's young, Kelly's young, but I don't know how any of them, how long it's going to be. And the fact that they are all working in unison and together, and this team is such a powerhouse and has done so many amazing houses here in Atlanta. I feel I know this sounds crazy, but I feel really fortunate and lucky that everything in the universe and the stars and everything align for us to come together, because the house that we're going to do is going to be better because everybody is involved and everybody's collaborating. Anyway, it was amazing. It was so much fun, and I want to do it again. Now we're kind of just waiting. Everybody's doing their thing, and then we come together and it's a big reveal, and then we keep going down this process. Once again, breaking ground is still scheduled for January, and I will definitely bring you along. And probably at some point I'd like to bring you guys to the meeting to actually introduce you to the team. Once I'm all finished with the house, I am going to do a big house tour, and I definitely want all of the people that have helped me with this sort of be a part of it, just to give them a little bit of street cred, to give them a little bit more publicity. Not that they're not busy, but it always is good to see something that people appreciate, and just to get that feedback. Anyway, speaking of feedback, what I would like, another thing. One of you nailed the car that I'm getting on last week's vlog. Last week I told you that I'm getting rid of my BMW. I've ordered a new car, but one of you has absolutely nailed the car I'm getting, and it's funny because watching you, anyway, good job. We'll talk a little bit more about that. I also am going this weekend because apparently car leases are kind of a thing right now. My wife's car lease is about up, so we've got to go and look and possibly build her a car, knowing that I've got another 6 months on her car lease, and we're going to need to get another car for her. And so we're going to go. Her car. Let me just say this. Her car is going to be so much cooler than mine and so much sexier. But she's my spicy senorita, and so why not let her roll in style? Anyway, not that I'm not, but anyway. Watch last week's vlog. Now, what I want to do is show you the commercial, the next commercial in the series that Christian and I filmed. The first one you guys saw, the I love you skit, where the guy, the girl, they're like, hey, I love you, and then Erica walks by and everybody's like, hey, what? Exactly. It was funny. Now, we got a lot of learnings that I'll talk about a little bit later once we test this one, but it really turned out to be effective and very, very much well received. This one, we have no idea. We are gonna do things a little bit differently though with this one, but why don't I just show you the front part of it? It's really quick, just so you can get an idea of what we're doing. Once again, the concept is revolving around complicated situations that guys will get.
You first.
What? No, you first.
No, you first.
Okay. Oh my God.
This is complicated, but looking amazing is uncomplicated with Tiege Hanley's simplified skincare system. Here's how it works. Go to Tiege.com, pick your system, and get handsome. 3 simple steps: wash, scrub, and moisturize. It's that simple.
Guys, go to Tiege.com and get started today.
So what do you think? You get it? David tried to say it anyway. We thought it was funny. It's also kind of funny when you think about, if you watch them like in order, right? You watch the first video and now you see that he's kind of like talking to this other one. It makes him look like he left his other for the, and that was never the intention, but I think it's funny, and maybe we should like go down this rabbit hole a little bit more and sort of do some other scenarios or progress them through a little bit more in terms of the relationship. I think it could be a little bit cool. The conversation has actually come up. Hey, what if we do some more like mid-funnel videos with this couple? And so what that means basically is like the first 2 videos you saw are like top funnel. Get people to hang out, to check out Tiege Hanley just from watching this video. They check it out, they don't buy yet. And then what you do is you remarket or send more like advertising dollars towards some other additional pieces of content and help them go through the funnel and get down to that actual purchasing decision. So anyway, we are all about testing these ads. Before the first ad, we kind of put it out there and we just ran it. And this was wrong. What we should have done is have some different variations of maybe the middle part or the end part where, you know, he's washing his face and doing all that. What if we changed what was actually said? Would it convert better? We don't know. And so the only way you're going to find that out is to actually test. And so today, what I did is film a few other versions of that middle part. And so it's going to be me in my studio, and we're going to lay like footage over top of what I'm saying, just to test, because that's the only way you're going to know what's actually working. You should constantly be A/B testing different things. You find a winner from your A/B test and then have a C, and then test the winner and C. And it's all about figuring out and how to really maximize your advertising message and dollars. And so that is what we are in the process of doing, and what we're going to do with this video that we didn't do with the first video. And once we kind of find what works the best, then we might actually do it or employ that strategy on the first video and kind of relaunch them. And so it's all about learning, it's all about experimentation, but it's a lot of fun, and it was a lot of fun filming. And I definitely think the videos are solid. And some of these other skincare companies I've seen in terms of their advertisements are so stupid. Not like, and you're like, yo, Alfie, yours are stupid. Whatever. They're not as stupid as some of these that I've been seeing. Like in terms of what everybody's doing, and this is something, just to throw it out there. What I have noticed is that a lot of these like companies, like even Dr. Squatch is doing a better job, but a lot of these companies are trying still to do that whole like Dollar Shave Club, Squatty Potty, slapstick, like ha ha ha, not fun. It's just not funny anymore. It's like, been there, got the t-shirt. Hopefully consumers are kind of like more educated, and they know and they've seen it. It's just not funny anymore. But they're still hiring these agencies that still think that formula is the right formula for every company. And so a lot of these ads that you see are just like plug and play, the same stupid cheesy shit. Well, we are trying to do something a little bit different, but still make it applicable and fun and definitely relatable. Anyway, we might have missed the mark, but at least we're trying. And in business, that's what you need to continue to do. Now I'm going to try to answer some of your business questions. So the first business question is definitely something I'm not qualified to talk about because it's technical, but there are some things that I could possibly just give you my opinion on. It's from our friend Bakari Tian. Sorry for butchering that. He says, anyway, hey Alpha, was wondering what your take is on my situation. I'm currently in the works of creating a service. It's kind of like PrestaShop and Shopify, except that it only manages content and users, etc. so it doesn't manage any of the front end side, headless CMS to be specific. However, I've been building it for well over a year now. My main issue is that I keep iterating on it. I keep rewriting parts of it. What would your advice be on this matter? I've been working on it now for about 15, 20 hours a week. I still have a part-time job, or a full-time job for me. The side hustle is kind of like the part-time job, because 15, 20 hours a week is a lot of time over the past year to work on something. Anyway, I still have a full-time job for me to support my family. They're also paying for my college. Another issue I'm facing is how to market something like this. I'm great with the technical stuff, but rather avoid interaction if not necessary. Love the videos too. So this is a really complex question. So the first part of it is you've been working on it for a year, you've got it done, but you keep tweaking it to make it better. Do not allow, perfection to be the something progress? Anyway, you guys will know what I'm trying to say. Don't let perfection be the enemy of progress. I am totally butchering this saying. You get what I'm saying. At some point, you got to just pull the Band-Aid off and toss it out into the wild and let people use it. No matter how much time, no matter how much energy you put into something, if you've got it finished good enough, get it out there, right? And then figure it out. Because once customers are actually using it, people are breaking things, you're going to have to come back and fix it. You're not going to create the perfect product, the perfect software. So get it out there. What you should be focusing on, like you were mentioning, is how do you market something like this? And I don't know, if I'm being honest. Like, there's probably, depending on who your customer is, maybe figure out where those people are actually operating and hanging out, and then possibly try to contribute, try to connect with people that are in that world and get somebody to use it. Get one person to use it first, right? I guess that's probably the starting point. Get it to somebody, say, here you go, let me know what you think. Get it out there, let them use it, let them break it, and they will give you feedback. And then maybe try somebody else. And I think it's probably gonna be some type of like freemium service at first. Get it out there. You gotta get people to test it. And then from there, figure out your business strategy and model. Unfortunately, right now, you're just working on making it perfect, and perfection is never gonna happen. Get it out there, let people try it, get feedback, make it better, sell it. Good luck. The next question comes from our friend Anthony Bolton. He says, you seem passionate about all of your businesses. Would you, or have you ever started a business around something you were not passionate about? What would you do if you were running a business you were not passionate about? I don't know, because I don't know. I've never done that. Let me think. Is there any business that I've started that I was not passionate about? At first, no. Like, I'm passionate about everything, and then I get unpassionate about it. Like Ollie, the teeth whitening strips. When I first started that business with Terry, Brian, and Marcus, I was like, this is gonna change the game, right? Super into it. That's why I wanted to start the business. I also wanted to start it to help my friends build a business that was successful for them. And then when we had the big issue with us having to throw out all the product and give it away and shut down, and then all of a sudden I got scared. And the reason I got scared from Ollie is that I'm like, wait a second, hold up. This is my reputation. If I'm like, because it came to a point where I needed to choose. I needed to choose to either continue to sell a product that was subpar, substandard, because I had all this money tied up into it, or I shut it down. Potentially, they weren't going to remake the product, and I was going to lose all of this money, and I don't know what I was going to do then. What was the choice? And the choice, obviously, it was a pretty easy one. I needed to just shut it down. But the reason why I was able to make that choice to just shut it down was because I was in a good financial position where I wasn't reliant on that money. Like, it wasn't like all of my eggs in one basket. If it was, that would probably make the decision a little bit harder, because I didn't know at that point whether or not the manufacturer would basically solve the problem, and would we get our inventory again. And so it scared me. And I was like, wait a second, hold up. Like, if I would have continued to sell, my reputation, I got too much on the line for this. And then it started to scare me. I'm like, wait, this is something that you're actually like putting like in your mouth. And what if it like pulled out like somebody's like bridge or retainer, and it just became something I was scared of. And so I'm like, this isn't right for me. And so I had to get out of it. I wasn't passionate anymore. Now I'm passionate about everything I do. And so I don't know. I don't do things I'm not excited about, because what's the point? For me, what's the point? For you, what is the opportunity cost? Like, is there something that you want to try that you can make a ton of money, but it's not necessarily super passion or something that you're super passionate in. Do you do it? Personally, if I were you, I would say, yeah, do it, because with money comes freedom. And so if you can do something and work on something and develop something that is successful in terms of financially or acquisition, like whatever it is, once you have money or revenue coming in, that puts you in a different position to try things that you might be more passionate about. And so for me, at this stage of the game, I'm not interested in doing anything I'm not passionate about, but I'm in a very fortunate position. For you, that's really a decision you've got to do. A lot of people have jobs, right? You're in a job, you're working something that you're not ultra passionate about, but it affords you luxuries. It affords you vacation. It affords you a 401k. It affords you weekends to not think about work because you're hanging out with your family and you don't need to worry about it because you're not the boss. So it's not all about being an entrepreneur. I do not feel like everybody, far from it, should be an entrepreneur. It's not for most people. Most people are better suited to basically work for another company. Let somebody else deal with the headaches, the stresses, the paranoia, the sleepless nights, the fear. Let somebody else deal with that, because it's not fun. Take it from me, take it from somebody who has lived it for years. It's not fun. But, I'm in a position now where I would rather do something that I love doing, make less money at it, but not be a slave to something that I hate to do. You should not do something if you hate it, right? Even if it's a lot of money. I don't know. Maybe I'm going back and thinking second. Maybe, I don't know. It's a complicated scenario when if you are able to figure out something that's going to make you money. Because money is very intoxicating and it is alluring. I'm not saying that's the reason you should do things, but like I said, with money comes freedom, and freedom is pretty incredible. The next question comes from our friend Rahim Bowen. He says, hey Aaron, I've noticed since the past year there's been a sudden rise in the whole idea of investing in Forex, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and the list goes on and on and on. I haven't done a lot of research on it. However, there's a problem. However, it seems to be portrayed to the media or in the media as a get-rich scheme. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think it's a wise investment in these things, or would you recommend investing elsewhere? So this is something that I'm not even touching. I don't know enough about cryptocurrencies. I don't know. And so I am not educated. I am a firm believer, though, that if you don't know or feel good about something or educate yourself, you shouldn't be putting your money in something. I'm not saying this isn't a great way to make money. I'm not saying it isn't. I don't know, and I cannot make that decision for you. One of the sayings that absolutely drives me crazy is don't invest more than you're comfortable losing. If it all goes away, you're comfortable. I'm not comfortable losing any. I think a better way to say that is don't invest more than you can endure losing. As in, if you lose this money, are you going to be broke, bankrupt, or do you have different eggs in different baskets? In this case, with cryptocurrencies, I don't know. I know a lot of people are going to make a lot of money at it. I know people aren't going to make a lot of money at it. And it is super complex and something that I am not qualified to speak on or talk about or give you my opinion. But good luck. I wish you well. Investing is a good thing, but in terms of what you invest in, that's totally personal preference, because I've lost money, I've made money, and I still don't know what the hell I'm doing. The next business question comes from our friend Dylan Lalonde. I probably butchered that name. I'm bad at names. He says, hey Aaron, I'm an aspiring photographer, and I'm trying to figure out how to take it from just a hobby for fun to actually getting some real clients. I've pretty much exhausted the friends and family outlet at this point. I just don't really have any clue how to market my photography to other people. Thanks. So this is awesome, and congratulations. And I think this is something that a lot of people find themselves in. They've got a passion, they've got a hobby, they start doing it, friends and family, do it for free or whatever. But then it's all right, how do I take it to the next level? Skillshare, actually, interestingly enough, has different classes on how to go from hobby to actually making a career out of something that is creative. And so what I'd recommend is go check out Skillshare. If you Google search Alpha M and Skillshare in YouTube, or YouTube search Alpha M Skillshare, you're gonna find a link, you can get a free trial. And I'm not trying to pimp my Skillshare thing. I'm just saying that if you wanna try it to see if there's something there, you can do it for free for a month. I think that one of the best things you could do is start a website first off, right? Get a website and then put your pictures, put your imagery up there, just so that there's a place for people to go. The next thing I'd probably do is start like an Instagram page with your photography. It's very low stress, it's free. And when you do it, when you photograph something, tag like, hashtag, smart hashtags, right? And, start building kind of like your portfolio. I think that's one thing that you're definitely going to need is you're going to need a place where people can not only see your work, but also go and connect with you. And so always linking everything together. And what I'd recommend is try to have one consistent brand in terms of your photography business. What is the name? You don't even need to like incorporate now or do any of that stuff. It's all about just building up a presence and getting your work somewhere so you can actually have people see. And then, it's a function of possibly reaching out, doing some more, free stuff to friends and family. And then once you have a presence, then maybe it's something where you can actually go and try to connect with, depending on like what type of photography you do and what you're into. I think wedding photography is very different than, like landscape, or I don't know what type of photography. I'm assuming it's going to be like portraits and things of that nature. What is the area or genre that you're going to focus and dive into? Is it portraits? Is it wedding? Is it engagement pictures or photography? And then possibly once you have a little bit of a resume or some photography that you can actually show people, then maybe try to network with people in your area that are in that space, that come in contact with brides or grooms or businesses, like going and reaching out to businesses about headshots for their websites. There's so many different areas and genres and ways that you can attack this. It's really about finding something that's going to be best for you and what you feel comfortable doing, but there's a ton of different options. But good luck, congratulations, and this sounds like a lot of fun. There are 2 additional business questions that I don't have time to answer today, but they're incredible questions. Gary Hernandez, self-defense and urban survival. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Please copy and paste it, post it here, and I'll get to it next week. Also, James Humphreys, great question about a product without a platform. I love it. Copy and paste it here, and then next week I will definitely try to attack it like Gary Hernandez is about to freaking attack. Exactly. That was the best karate I got. Gentlemen, that's where I'm going to wrap things up. If you have a business question, start it with business question and ask your question. This blog is all about you, all about helping you sort of navigate the waters of entrepreneurship and avoid some of the unfortunate situations, pitfalls, but also give you some insights on the things that have worked through us starting the business and building the brand Tiege Hanley. Guys, thank you for everything. If you dug the video, make sure to drop it one of these to tell the algorithm to suck it.
Guys, go to Tiege.com and get started today.